Okay, so we're going to move over into the next offering right now, which is actually from the universe of John Wick, The Continental. All right, The Continental. This is a show that's going to be coming out on Peacock. I believe it's coming out in September, if I'm correct. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to let that trailer roll out right now.
A suit doesn't make a man. It's what's inside the suit that counts. It's resourcefulness and perhaps an open heart.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I haven't finished my drink.
This sacred institution wields power beyond your imagination. Winston, your brother stole something from me. What he took is very important to a lot of very dangerous people. Find him, because if you don't, I'll bring the weight of this whole institution down on you both. Sharon, show our guests the door.
We made a big mistake coming here. You're my brother, Frankie. We have to strike first. And I need all the help I can get.
How are we supposed to believe a guy in an ascot can pull this off?
It's a cravat.
If we're gonna take on the Continental, every freak in that hotel will be after us.
Well, that's lovely.
We need guns. Lots of guns. This is more than vengeance. This is justice.
Can you dig it?
Let's take this house and everything that comes with it. And away we go.
All right, so that's the Continental. Early thoughts, Corey.
Concern number one, they spit it out way too quick. It's on September. Next month, you mean? Like, this is going to be on next month. That's way too quick. When did this go into production?
I don't know the exact date it went to.
I feel like the third one came out, and then they kind of got on the announcement that this was going to happen. I'm assuming that the movie was made first. I don't know. We'll see. Here's the thing. What were we talking about earlier? What brings you to see a movie, right? Like the great storyline, which John Wick, does it have a great storyline? Not really. Some dudes killed his dogs and he went apeshit, okay? It's not really a great storyline. He went and he killed a whole lot of people. So what we're talking about is we got an actor who plays an incredible character who people went out to see, right? Everything else is sheer setting and backdrop. So what are they doing? It appears as though they're taking the most successful part of the formula and removing it and hoping that people won't notice. So we can only wait and see what happens. I'll watch it with an open mind. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, it seems to be, of course, this seems to be delving into, this is Winston focused, and it seems to be how he is going to actually become the manager of the Continental.
Right, but how much that there was like some sort of cameo by a young John Wick, right, as a kid or something like that.
Yeah, it has to be a kid. Yeah, because it's 1970. So you're figuring at that point in time he would be
8, 7, 6, something like that.
7, 8. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to have him too much older than that. And I can see that probably at the end. I could see it probably near the end, to kind of give you a foreshadowing per se. Now they say it's a 3-part event, so I'm wondering if that means it's not going to be multiple episodes, or it's just going to be like 3, almost like movie length.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm sensing a mini series,
movie length,
yeah,
type of episodes, maybe an hour and a half a piece.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Anything shorter than that, and what are they wasting our time for?
Right, and if that's the case, would they do those in concurrent weeks, or would they space them out? That's the real question. That's the real question. I'm not sure.
3 is an odd number.
Mm-hmm.
3 is an odd number, so who knows?
Yeah. So, but I mean, it looks, if they do it right, it looks like it's going to have action. Okay, I don't think you can put anything in the world of John Wick and not have over the top action. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
you've got something.
That's why
people tune in.
People tune in because everybody gets killed except John Wick.
Yeah,
and that's why people love it. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, so you've got to really bring your A game when you mention the world of John Wick. You can't just come up in here with any type of offering. It needs to be something solid. People aren't really looking for a ton of storyline. It looks like it's going to be fairly simple.
Mm-hmm.
Winston's brother stole something. The table wants Winston to go capture his brother, bring him in. Winston's not going to do that, and he's going to somehow take over the Continental and strike a deal with the table. It seems to be the premise there. It seems to be the premise of this particular film. It's going to be based in the 1970s, so that gives us a time period. When was the first John Wick made? When was the first John Wick
2012, maybe?
Was it made in 2012? Let's see, John Wick. 2014. 2014. So that would be 44 years. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Am I right there? See that? Okay. So 44-year time span, if they're going to go off, if they're keeping within that same mantra that John Wick actually was happening in 2014. So 44-year time span there. Do you think, because we did talk about this during the John Wick actual movie, this is going to branch off into multiple offerings as far as the world of John Wick. When they have something that's popular, they're going to kind of run with the cash cow, per se. So
yeah, but here's my thing: like, of all the characters in the entire John Wick series, the only character besides John Wick that I'm truly fascinated by, who could actually pull off, I think, their own series, is Donnie Chen. That's it. That character and his background, because he was retired. He was fucking retired by the time John Wick 4 came around, and they're like, nah, we don't think so, right? So he had a whole career that they could cover, and he was a genuine badass. You know what I mean? So, and he's blind.
That is true.
He gave his eyes for the table.
Oh yeah. They could show it before he was blind.
God, they could have. Hey, God, how many years of a series could you do around him? A ton.
Mm-hmm.
And you could even check all your DEI check boxes.
Man say you can check all your DEI check boxes, but I mean, my God, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. So yeah, that's the Continental. All right, guys, we want to know your thoughts on that. Do you think it's going to be a good series? It's going to be interesting to see how they play that out. If they're going to be hour and a half long offerings, I'm assuming it's going to have to be something like that. I can't remember the last mini series that was done, and the last one I think I'd seen was on TNT, but I can't actually remember. I think those were hour long though, but it was more than 3. But yeah, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see the run times on those, and see if they kind of, because the issue you run into sometimes is that you kind of rush a finale, which is what I think we've been kind of harping on right here recently in a lot of TV shows that we've been watching right here recently. They've kind of rushed the finale. You know what I'm saying? It gets to the final and it's just like, oh, this one's 20 minutes. You're like, oh, I need a little bit longer finale than 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got a lot to wrap up in 20 minutes. So we're hoping that this is a good offering. So